Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Facebook, my nipple almost showed. Can you believe that? Anyways, um, let's just tighten this so we don't have any problems. So I got an update for you. Um, so tonight we are going to be making uh shrimp and tacos and fajitas for supper. I wouldn't mind making shrimp. Um, well, what's that one meal that I like? Enchiladas, shrimp enchiladas. That would be really tasty. So, anyways, so I got a couple things to share with you all. That's what we're doing. I should see about Dinky getting me the recipe for the chicken enchilada recipe. She has the one with the white sauce. Oh man, she's an awesome cook. So, anyways, um, so I got a couple things to share with you today. What was going on? Besides me, as Dinky knows, I love my coffee. Went to my therapist appointment, right? And my therapist had to go and talk to in person this lady that's supposed to do case management for me, and that's only temporarily because it's like there's a checkbox like SUDS, substance use disorder and housing, and the lady's checking out housing, and I said, look, I love living here on this island, and frankly, my beloved family in Oregon is going to be moving to Texas, so what's the point of going there? And so we were talking about things, and one of the things I go there for is guidance for myself, but she was asking me about Chloe, and pretty much, she was like, well, I think personally that Chloe should go to counseling, therapy. And therapy and not waste time going in. She's like, you lost money, which you'll never get back for the the train fare. So Chloe got out of bed early. This is the story. So last night she took a bath late, got up this morning, and she didn't have her anything packed or anything, and she got up. She's like, what time is it? I'm going, oh, it's almost time for me to go to my appointment. So I went and climbed into the tub, and she was panicked, and so she was doing till like noon. So, anyways, what happened is I went to my therapist, and the lady's like, "Yeah, I went by there this morning to talk to your case manager, and the case." She was talking about what's going on, and she said to me jokingly, "Yeah, we know you're gonna have a um sorry, I had a seed in my tooth hole because I'm eating these baby sweet peppers, the mini ones. So what happened was she says, yeah, you're going to be getting a um she called it the uninvited guest, the one that comes unexpected. I said, oh, I'm just gonna have to let them know, hey, how goes it? I've been expecting you. Woo! Well, she's like, that's how you're gonna have to face this. But she was pretty funny, but she basically said Chloe needs therapy, and therapy, if she had lots of talk therapy, she might be able to overcome all this. And she's like, I don't recommend you actually throw her out. I know you want to, but it's not gonna work, right? So we talked about this, and she says, I can give referrals and everything else. And I'm going, and she's like, you need to have sympathy for the disabled. So with me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. So, anyways, then what happened was I was like very kind of salty. So then what happened was I went to afterwards I went to lunch. We talked about things. I went to lunch, and I was telling Dinky that I got chicken tenders for myself. I bought a pound, and I was meeting Chloe, and Chloe was meeting me. Instead, we didn't meet up, and then all of a sudden, I ran into her at the ferry terminal, and she's like, "Oh, I've been waiting for you." And it's like, well, I was sitting over here. I thought I heard her, but it wasn't, what I thought. So then what happened was I went into the coffee shop, got me a cup of coffee, and I'm like, this is my lunch. She's like, oh, okay. What's in this box? I said, that's your lunch, because I was telling the therapist if I don't get her lunch, and she's like, well, you care for her, so maybe you should get her lunch. Well, then afterwards, I went over to the the uh after lunch we went and I used the bathroom. She had tamales and coffee slash lunch, and then we went to the vet. Now the vet sold us a pill. It was $24. Anyways, Mr. Moppy, quote unquote, decided that he doesn't want to eat the pill. Yeah. So even in peanut butter. So we're just gonna have to open his mouth and throw it all in there. So basically, or have to spend another $23 for another pill. So what happened was after that we went and I had an appointment with a lady who I'll just say it this way. The lady looked at me and she says, well, the case manager tried to call to check in with you, and basically we could not talk on your behalf. And she's like, I don't recommend currently a release of information. Your confidentiality, because this is a, uh, you know, uh, confidentiality that, hold on. Confidentiality that she turned around and she, uh, basically it was like, I can't recommend talking to this caseworker yet because the caseworker apparently was rattling on him at the uninvited guest, and so she's like, wait and see what happens. So I got like therapist telling me just handle it. I got this one lady who turned around and she looked into the rules and regulations and said, they because Chloe's temper, the the uh they recommended a protection order, and I said no, absolutely not right now. Literally I can't. I don't want to have Chloe's death on my head if she decides to kill herself. And so basically uh you know hold on. So my friend who's got back in touch with me, his name's Johnny. He basically is trying to figure out his next victim, which he calls his cigars. And I just said go smoke a Liga. He's probably got a whole bunch of them anyway. So, but anyways, basically what's happened was uh I yeah. So anyway, so what happened was after lunch in the vet, I went to this appointment, and the lady realized what was going on. She says, "Look, you need to wait and see what happens." So Chloe wants to go Thursday to check out a mental place in Mount Vernon. So if that's the case, tomorrow I will be spending all day. Well, besides food bank, which tomorrow's weather is going to be pretty badass again. I mean, literally, the weather is just amazing, because you know. So Friday Harbor, you're up, the sun's up. Get the frack outside and do something for a change, or not. I won't judge. So tomorrow's weather is going to be wow. Tomorrow, 67, not bad. Thursday and Friday, and Saturday, it's going to be all the way up in the high 70s. Wow. I'm telling you, the weather is going to be pretty damn good. High 70s. Yeah. So, anyways, so basically what's happened was, I had to spend some money, and lunch wasn't too bad. And then I bought a coffee, which wasn't too bad. And then I went home, and then I did spreadsheets. And then Chloe's like, "Let's go get some shrimp." She wanted shrimp for herself, so I was like, "Look, you got chorizo and you got regular hamburger. I want the shrimp. I'm paying for the shrimp. I should have the shrimp." She says, "Okay." So I got the shrimp defrosting, getting ready to devein it, throw in a frying pan with all the seasonings I need, and I'm gonna have shrimp fajitas for dinner and shrimp tacos. And I got the bell peppers and the onion and the garlic and everything I need for tacos. I even got the cheese. Last night, what happened was I decided to work on my projects and pretty much. So basically what's happened is I basically turned around and my friend John was just talking about Aaron, and I was just like, Aaron. So basically, so I got projects done today. I actually got a lot done today. I didn't expect, because I got up and this morning I did my business, and then I got done, and then I went to other things. And then afterwards I came home, and I got on the computer for 2 hours doing projects. And then, then we went out again. And, hold on one second. I have something to say. Chloe, before you leave, can you check out something for me? Can you check and see where his water bowl level is? Yeah, yeah. So basically, when it came to what happened today, and then when I went out, to go to the store, we got the shrimp, and then Chloe's like, "Where to?" I said, "Well, I want to go by the gas station, grab a can, because I still got to get to off island, but Chloe's going on Thursday, so let Chloe go off island for me." And so Chloe will go off island for me.
I'll be cooking dinner as soon as the shrimp's done thawing.
Right. Cool. And like I said, she's getting chorizo for dinner. So I basically put my foot down. The lunch was kind of expensive again, but it wasn't too expensive as the fish shop the other day. I was gonna try the chicken. They got like 11 chicken tenders for like $10, and it was like But anyway, so what happened was so hold on. I can understand. He was a awesome man and a saint. There. So basically, what happened was, I'm trying to do some stuff, make sure I get something good for my entertainment this month. And so I'm trying to work it all out, and so, like I said, so the therapist said no restraining orders, get her to counseling, get her to have lots of talk therapy, and that might just break her anger to find out what's going on, with me. To me, I just, you know, let's put it this way. The reason I want her gone is because I can't support her, for one. Unfortunately, dear old mom doesn't want to help. And so, we're resorting to other issues. And yet, the thing is these other issues are actually going to be more problematic than anything. So that's why, I thought I would let you know what's going on, so because of it, and so to me it's more of a complex issue that on it. I mean, literally, we all have plans put together, and I think plans will fall apart. I saw the manager today again. She actually emailed me, and she said, because I went in there, I was wearing a nice dress today, and I said, hey, and she's like, you're looking good. And I go, I got an appointment. And I said, look, my family wants me to move out. Security reasons. She explained to me she just wanted evidence in case something happened to me. I got hurt or there's charges pressed or something, of the nature that Chloe did. And frankly, the thing is something needs to be done. But the manager even said her hands are tied, unless Chloe volunteers herself off the lease, as Dinky say, there's not a lot of love going around there. So, you know, so anyways, that's what's going on, on that aspect. I gotta send a list of stuff to Chloe to look up. I told her to get to her reviews, again, and eventually we got to check on the library, on other issues. But today was an interesting day. Use your 10% off discount at Greyhound. So I have a couple other announcements to make. So I made a phone call today to a gender clinic, and friend of mine I know works there. Basically, I was asking about finding a hormone doctor was easier to get down to. So I was telling Tara that I might just go twice a year to Portland for that, so she might get some more Rita and Moppy time. She always needs her girl time, and I'm like, yeah, I need my girl time too, honey. I'm just so busy, but one of the things I wanted to share with you was I was talking to the therapist. Therapist looked at me, right? And we were talking about motorhomes and travel trailers, and she said, what if your family moves to Texas, like you say, and you don't have anyone to drive it? You're stuck there. And if it's a trailer, what if the trailer park wants you gone or something else? How are you going to move it? She's like, it's a bad idea. You should stay there. Well, I do want to stay here, but I just loved your complete honesty. Her honesty was just purely awesome, and, yeah, and so basically, um, sorry. So basically, when it came to this whole thing today, when I went to this one place, the lady's just like, don't do anything yet, just see what's going on. And, to me, it was awesome because, it's really cool. But like tonight, what really hurt me the most was, you know, um, hearing Chloe like, "Oh, I want shrimp tuna." I looked at her because it's expensive on this island. I'm just like, no, you got chorizo, and we have everything else. I mean, the other day, right? We had tacos 2 times already, and uh turns around, right, and she's like, put your taco meat in a container. So I put it in the container, and then I heated it up, made tacos for lunch. Well, anyways, I had to eat it plain because I like mine with cheese. Well, anyways, she forgot to put the cheese in the back in the fridge. Now people sit there and say, oh well, it's not her fault, she forgot, you could have done it. Well, with me cooking and cleaning and everything else, I told her, get the cleaning done. The living room looks crap. The halls are piled up with laundry baskets because we just did loads of laundry yesterday, which was funny because she decided she wanted to save money, right? I got $40 in quarters, $40. All I got left is $2 for bus fare for her. What happened? She decided to put my 3 baskets of laundry into one dryer. That thing ate up so much quarters. I was there going back and forth, um, you know, and I mean, the thing just sucked up my quarters. It was like nothing, and so with me, it was, and as I was telling Dinky jokingly, I says, sometimes I get fed up with sitting there and I hear, what about my laundry? What about this? What about that? Well, so, Chloe realized recently, that like Sunday, Saturday night, early Sunday, I tried to distance myself and go out. Well, she had to follow it. Well, Sunday at lunch was $40 for. They give you these long trips that are like this. I mean, they're really long, and I'm telling you, it was kind of expensive, and and then the halibut and chips were expensive too. That was like $24 by itself. So all came with tip was like 40. And I'm like, wow. And so to me, I was just like, ay caramba, But the thing is, it was just very interesting, going ahead and paying, that type of money for lunch. And I was kind of worried. I was like, oh yeah. So, with me, I was kind of worried because uh issues, So with me, I'm like, well, what do I do literally? How do I do it? How do I calibrate this? What do I do? How do I do it? How can we fix it? And so with me, I was basically shocked, that the pricing and as like Chloe said, can't eat out all the time. Like today, I was out and about, my appointment was 11, so I was hungry. And Chloe's like, well, you should eat. You haven't eaten today, and I'm going, yeah, I haven't eaten today, and because of it, um, you know, I needed something to eat, but I made sure she had food because it's like the therapist said, I have a gold heart, and so I just didn't want to see her upset either. But with me, it was just like uh, tiring. Literally, it was tiring to the point of you know no return. Because I mean, I had to go. Uh, Probably my pedometer I have said I'd walked like 9 miles today. So when I got home, Chloe, the last time I said I put my jammies on. That's what I pretty much did. I put my jammies on because I frankly could not. I mean, you want blisters. Putting that much mileage on, running on a treadmill and then walking out and coming home and then going out again and going to the grocery store and as I was walking, earlier when I was coming out of the bathroom, because this little kid's like, "Oh, look at the dog," and they're like, "Just leave her alone." And I'm thinking about, yeah, the brewery's nearby. Let's go grab a beer. Nope, not gonna happen. I mean, literally, I just, I just couldn't believe, um, what was going on, and so uh he I mean, sorry, she basically sorry, I was thinking of John who messaged me. Sorry, she basically, I just, the therapist was great, the other lady's great, the other one, well, let's just see, it's going to be an interesting time when we have these guests come up because as the therapist told me today, and I go, yeah, I'm all aware of it. She goes, do you have any proof? And I go, yeah, right here. She looked down and she goes, so you're getting a heads up early. And I go, yeah, that's how I understand what's going on. And the lady looked at me and she said, well, honestly, I think it was a waste of time, effort, and taxpayers' money, is what she said. But you know what? It's going to be an interesting story, because she was saying the same thing, I do need to go and get a hold of what is it called? I need to get in touch with the place for the medical records again for me and Chloe. They never mailed us the set of records we needed as a release of info. So to me, I mean, is this the one release? Yeah, this is the one release where they wanted another 70 some bucks. This is my electric bill, which was zero this month because I still have credits. And actually, we were doing pretty well. Next bill, they figure if we do continue doing what we're doing, and we go out, during the sunny days, to West or Jackson Beach and other places, then the bill will be a lot cheaper. Again, because we're not using much when we're not home. So I'm just enjoying myself. So tomorrow I got to make a phone call to get 2 sets of records. My therapist is great. I mean, well, we're feeling each other out. She basically looked at me, and I basically told her literally, I'm trying my best, and she even said it, someone who is mentally ill has more rights than someone who's not mentally ill. And the manager said the same thing, but everyone, okay, here's something I want to cut the BS about. Everyone, and Dinky knows this. Everyone, he had a friend watch what? Oh yeah, I gotta ask. So, everyone asks me the question. Yeah, I have to ask John about the Chief. The Chief is an 18-inch cigar. Okay, so basically, everyone asks, and I know Dinky knows this as well. Do you want Chloe gone? Well, I explained to the therapist, and the therapist is like, well, you have an intended opinion, but you got to think of the other side. Well, Poppy said the same thing. The problem is, you know, the problem is Chloe needs to realize that the problem is that uh, that the one lady basically asked me. I said I can't do that. I can't do this. It's got to be done where she volunteers to sign herself off the lease. I can't force her, and literally, the law basically states that. And so I was telling the therapist about lawyers, contacting me about this and that and everything else, and so she understands, whereas the manager understands. Then you get this one lady that's like, well, we can't talk on your behalf, but we don't recommend talking to these people because they're too damn nosy. And then she's like, and basically right now, just sit back, wait and see what happens. Because you got other people saying, oh, well, this place is going to do something and this place is going to do something. No, they're not. I mean, literally, um, basically, I've done everything I can. Okay. The ball is in other people's courts. Okay. Now, with me, I'm like, I don't care. I mean, if these people show up, I'm like, hey, I've been expecting you, and then leave it alone. So, basically, yeah, hold on. What did he say? So basically, what's happened is these people say it, and I tell them the truth, and yet, the only one that's like, give it some time, I'll try again, because even the therapist today said, don't trust Compass Health, and so to me, I'm like, well, she asked me my primary goals. I told her I want to live independent, I want to do this and that, and I explained it all. I even explained it to the lady at the one place who was talking to me about legal action. And to me, I can't bring it myself. And when she heard that Chloe could commit suicide because of this legal action, I'm not jeopardizing Chloe or being sued by her family because of this legal action. I mean, it's all now wait and see. So technically, we'll wait and see. And if they do wait and see, because um, So, we'll wait and see because, frankly, we don't know what's going on. And, as I was telling someone else, that for all we know, they might never come anyway. So we'll wait and see. I mean, to me, you got all these people working like, oh, well, we have to get uh, Chloe out. Yeah, the manager looked and she says, I could have 10 agencies come down on me and not one of them can give me the authorization to do it because Chloe's got to go voluntarily. Not involuntary. Using the law to do your work is basically harassment and intimidation, coercion. So, anyways, so tonight I got to go and check out some stuff. I got to send out a list to Chloe. I got to check on her reviews. I'm getting to the point in my life where I'm kind of tired and cranky, and I just want to relax and enjoy myself, and just relax and enjoy things before it gets too late, and let the bunny out again for his exercise. Today I leave Ebony in the bathroom, and Ebony loves to play in her. He's got his toys and everything, and I go in there and I had to use the broom for 15 minutes. He left all these little pellets all over, and I'm not talking about food pellets. I'm talking about pellets in, pellets out, the little poops that come out. Those things are so small. I'm looking at the floor. I had to sweep it and wash the floor, and he's just sitting there like, hey, man, how are you? Yeah, I puked. So, but yeah, I mean, literally, I've kept everything clean. I got a vacuum that does really wonderful for that. That'll suck up everything. So, basically, tonight's dinner is going to be tacos. Tomorrow's going to be tacos too. I just hope, the last of the hamburger is good because I don't like wasting money on food. I literally don't. And, I went in there to get hamburger because he didn't have ribs available or wings. And, well, he had wings, but they were andouilles. And they're not bad, but they're not great, in my opinion. That's another thing. Yeah, but otherwise, it's not a bad meal. I mean, I get to sample stuff, so and then I got my coffee here. It's getting dark now. It's 8:30, so no, actually, it's 9 o'clock, so there's still light out there. So 9 o'clock, light's still out. Trying to get things put together, and Chloe, I know, thought, oh, there's going to be a video. It's going to be about attacking Chloe again. No, it was the therapist, but and the other appointments were just great, but everyone's hands are tied, so we just got to walk with a big tread lightly and carry a big stick, as TR would say, and go from there. So. Yeah, anyways, I think TR is the one who's got the nickname Uncle Jumbo too, because he was big, and I think it was his kids that basically had the horses and the horses or the pony in the elevator and stuff like that. I mean, I can't remember, but it's just an interesting thing when it came to the White House. It's I know that there's elevators in there now. I don't know how far back it went, but if our history serves me correct, it was Uncle Jumbo they nicknamed him. So, anyways, as you can see, the light's still going. There's a light blue out there, so it's getting dark. So soon it'll be completely dark, and but basically, it's been an interesting day. Tomorrow's going to be, the usual food bank and spreadsheets. I got one stage done already. I'm skipping stage 3 this time because I'm finally thinking that Amazon and eBay is the best course of action. So I'm only going to use 2 sets instead of 3. And that gives me more time to loaf around too on my video games. And, I need to talk to, Chloe about future plans. But right now, the future plan for her is, therapist said, you got to, um, be positive, and work through this. And she might get on disability, but to me, we'll see. I mean, literally, we'll see. I mean, it's like one thing. She did ask me if I was on drugs because my hands are nicked up here. I said, the bunny's got sharp little pointy things. And they said, oh, bunnies can be trimmed anytime. So just to get the bunny trimmed is going to cost a lot of money, So, um, you know. So, anyways, yeah. So, basically, that's what's going on. So, so there's not much to report today. Yesterday, like I said, was Monday and laundry day. I mean, yesterday was kind of funny in a way because, I got out of bed yesterday morning and what was I doing yesterday morning? Oh, I can't even remember. Oh, um, uh, I don't know what happened Monday morning. Anyways, I got out of bed Monday morning, and I don't even remember what happened. Maybe I skipped a day, but anyways, I remember getting up in the morning, yesterday Monday morning, and uh, I had to have my morning coffee and stuff, and then afterwards, we were planning to go out to out and about, and so we ended up going down to the coffee shop, and I had did spreadsheets, and then we went out, and when I got back yesterday, it was getting late, and we were supposed to make tacos, which like I said, we didn't get tacos last night. We had tacos too a couple days before, but anyways, twice this week because the dishes were piled and everything else. I had to have some Doritos for dinner. So yesterday for lunch, I had cheese sausages, because I was talking to Tara about business, and then I went out. I don't even remember what happened. I think I went to the post office to get the money orders. That's right. I went to talk to the manager, and she was like, "Oh, you need to do this and this." So I went and got the money orders. Came back, and as I was coming back, the lady was talking to me about things, and I said, "Yeah, Tara." We talked about Tara, and then she talked to Tara, and then that was it, and everything was okay, and so, then we went. I did spreadsheets. Then we went to the store because it was late. I decided to have a late lunch. I mean, a really late lunch. I had like 6 sausages, 5 sausages. Moppy got one, and then afterwards, I decided to enjoy um my the rest of the night, and I went back to spreadsheets, and I figure, okay, we're gonna have tacos, no problem. And so I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and finally came to Poppy time. So I was like, okay. So I got on with Poppy for an hour and a half. We're talking about politics and religion and Chloe, and he's just like, don't discard Chloe. Chloe needs you. Don't discard her. The Bible. And so we talked about a lot of things, and then he messaged me, and I was on Facebook Messenger, and I told him I had to go anyways. I had to get projects done. So around midnight, I'm sitting there, and I hear, I went into the bedroom and Chloe was sleeping. So I was like, oh, well, good night. Finally she got up and she says, what is it? And I said, what's wrong? She says, oh, I need a bath. So I went and drew her the bath water. It took her 2 hours. The bunny was running around in the bathroom. We always keep the toilet seat down. We don't want, the little guy's a hopper. So then what happened was she turns around and basically comes out, and it's like 1 in the morning, and she's like, can you set the alarm for 4:45 because I said, look, ferry leaves at 5:30. She says, fine, set the alarm for 4 then. I'm like, it's 2 now. So you want to get 2 hours of sleep and get it. She's like, yeah, I have to. I'm gonna catch a train. And then she says, well, forget the train. I'll catch the train. Can pack her bags. And if I miss the train, I'll just go to this mental place. Anyways, alarm goes off. Chloe turns it off. I'm like sawing logs. And then I hear the alarm go off again and again. And finally, Chloe wakes me up. She's like, what time is it this morning? I go, it's about 7:38, 9. Well, boat's already gone. And I kept getting email notifications or text notifications of Amtrak. Well, Amtrak sent me a notification today saying that the ticket is forfeited because we didn't get to the train. The train was really late. So me, I'm sitting there. I'm like, my therapist today, she says the worst case scenario is, giving her demands when she's severely angry and wanting a ticket to go to the mental hospital. No, she said outpatient's better. This place is great. So don't give in to her demands, and you'll have $30 or $40 next month more. So I was like, okay. So with me, I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought it was great, and so it was really an interesting day, and so to me, I thought, okay, this is really cool. So my plan is tonight is as I told Chloe, look, I'm going to bed late tonight. I don't care. And she's like, well, we'll go to the food bank tomorrow. Yeah, well, so tomorrow's project is I'm going to eBay tomorrow on the eBay side of things on my first set of projects. And that'll be done Thursday. And the reason Thursday is because Chloe's going off island Thursday to this mental place. Well, frankly, I would go, but I really don't want to do the intake with her unless she wants me to, because I mean, I got a lot of information, to give, and frankly, she should, and so I thought, it would be better to check it out, so on that aspect, so um so I thought it would be pretty good to look into that. But to me, I'm just like I told the lady, and times I'm walking on eggshells. I just as the therapist told me, get a routine set up with Chloe and make sure Chloe does it if she's autistic. And to me, as I told the therapist today, I really have a lot of responsibilities, and I don't want any more. Which reminds me, since it's late, I wonder if Teddy's teddy bear is on. I haven't seen her in a while. She's probably sleeping by now, but still, I wanted to check that out, and um, on that aspect, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, um, yeah, Amtrak message today. So, so Teddy asked me to set up my birthday list, so I did that. So, but yeah. Anyways, it was just a an interesting day, you could say, and I thought um the outcome was pretty good. Literally, I was kind of excited about today's outcome because it's really cool. The outcome that we wanted. Well, the outcome that how do I put it? Not pretty cool, but the outcome that came to fruition wasn't what I expected. I expected the therapist to be like, no, but the therapist looked at me and she said to me, Rita, do you fear abandonment? I go, look, I love my family dearly in Portland. They mean the world to me. Even Chloe, doesn't like me texting Dinky. But anyways, and I said, the thing is, they're moving to Texas, so what's the point of me going down there? Because I mean, you know, uh, the thing is if I pass on, someone's gonna have to find me, and I don't want my body rotting here. So, you know, you know, so basically, I just didn't want my body rotting. And she understood. She says, "Yeah, you need someone to." And so with her, she she understood that, and she understood that it's better. And when we were talking about RVs, I showed her the RVs that I saved, and she's like, Rita, these are cheap RVs because they got a lot of problems. I'm not telling you about the problems, and if you get one, you're going to have so many problems, you're going to be funneling money into it, and you won't have any money for anything else. So you know so it was not good. And so she was like, not good at all. So she's like, don't even consider it. Because I was telling her about the motorhome, that basically, the motorhome that I was looking at, right? And she and I showed her one was $800. She says it's got problems. That one sold the $800 one. And so, my family was like, well, there's a motorhome for 400, but the thing is you know, someone is using it as an extra room. But basically, the funny thing was that she was like, no, you'll have problems. Well, talk to her about this one guy paid, $3,500 for repairs, and it'll cost me about 6,000 just to get it up and running for livable because there's no holding tanks and the heater doesn't work. She's like, yeah, you see, it's not good. So to me, I thought that was really cool. And so on that aspect, and I told her sometimes I have a hard time making a few decisions, but I'm working those out too. And so with me, you know, she knows I have a good support system, but not too good because if I had a better support system, things would be better. So you know how it is. So anyways, it's getting late, and I gotta let the bunny out, and I gotta get things prepared for dinner and relax and uh, other stuff. So technically, um, so so yeah. Anyways, it was just really good. And with me, my decisions in life are uh, gonna be chosen soon. And I just gotta do something different. So I will keep you all updated. So please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestion. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's wholesome fun even for the family. Thanks for watching. Hit that bell notification for new content. And I'll see you in another video. Stay tuned.